I wanted to record this video, and I especially wanted to call it Existential Dread, because it's funny, yesterday's video was all about hope. It's all about possibility and potential and future and success, insight, and all those vibes. And today it's the opposite, and it's so bad today that I almost didn't want to record this video. I didn't want to record this video anyway, but the reason I didn't want to do that is because it's one of those very low states of mind, and I'd rather not capture them at all. It's one of those things in which if you don't capture it, it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? And I don't want to have this exist. I don't want this to exist at all. This state of being, this state of things that I'm struggling with and wrestling with in my life, in media day. But I wanted to capture this for the future, just in case it might be helpful to somebody when they're going through something like this. And it's not going to be all roses at all. It's going to be mostly days like this, and I don't capture them at all. Even this very environment here, this alley, this dilapidated street, the graffiti on the wall, that's how a lot of the days are. And I don't want to capture them, and it's like they don't exist. But I thought I'd capture one. And the reason for this existential dread is running this business is difficult, and that's an understatement. It's so hard, it's so difficult, and it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And some days you just don't know if you can pull through. Even with all the things you know, with all the things you've learned, with all the ability, with all the team and everything, the amount of things bearing down on you is overwhelming sometimes. Especially in the early stages of the business, when a lot of things are still up in the air, a lot of the cash flow is variable. I mean, this is what I had to deal with before, like 6 months ago, with the staff that I had on my plate was very much an obstacle and challenge. Not anymore. Every single one of my core 5 right now is an absolute star, the ninja. So that's not an issue for the crisis. But if you were to record this 6 months ago, it would have been about staff. That was absolutely the thing that was going to capsize me, overwhelm me, drown me, underwater me, I was going to say. And somehow it didn't. Somehow, by the grace of God, that did not happen. But I'm in that same position again today, as I was last week, as I was last month, as I will be next week, as I will be next month. And it's just tough, It's just tough looking at a situation in which you don't see a clear way forward. You don't see an obvious and easy way to even a plus on the balance sheet. I can talk about optimism in terms of the future and future projects and future visions that I have all the time. And all that's valid and true, but that's not to take away from the fact that my last video segment got cut off, but I didn't want to go back and fix it. Just wanted to be over and done with the day-to-day. It's like 9 p.m. now, heading back home to hang out with Larissa. It's just tough today. So much happened, so much done. But a lot more to do at night, like 11 or 12, gonna get back on the grind, just finish what's left. Some days are tough.